All right, here's lesson 6. We're going to start with combinations which are equivalent. So this first example, we've got Jane calculated 10C2 to be 45 arrangements, but she also calculated 10C8 to be 45 arrangements. Explain why they are equivalent, and then provide a combination equivalent to 24C15. All right, so what does 10C2 mean? It means we've got a group of 10, and we're selecting 2. Okay, so let's draw out 10 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and let's select 2 of them. All right, so if we're selecting 2, you'll notice that we've also sort of selected a group of 8 by default. Let's select another 2 here. So let's select 2 here. And you'll notice that we've also selected a group of 8 by default as well. Okay, let's try one more time. All right, we'll select those 2, and looky here. We've also selected a group of 8. So what we're actually doing is for every group of 2, you inadvertently, or on purpose, you get a group of 8. Okay, so 24C15, well, 24 minus 15 leaves us with 9, so 24C9 would be equivalent. Okay. All right, 36 people in a Math 30-2 class. Each person shakes once with every other person. Okay, so handshake problems, these types of things, you're selecting 2 from the group of 36, so 36C2. Okay, it's not a permutation because it doesn't matter the order here. Okay, you're just selecting 2 people. So 36C2, if you punch that into your calculator, you'll get 630. Permutations and combinations together. Okay, so how many arrangements of the word triangle can be made if only 2 vowels and 3 consonants are used? Well, I noticed that we're talking about vowels and consonants, so let's define what those are in the word triangle. So our vowels, we're going to get I, A, and E, and our consonants, we're going to get T, R, N, G, L. All right, so we've got 3 vowels, and we've got 5 consonants. So we need to do 2 vowels. So we're going to do 3C2 from the vowels. Okay. And then we're going to multiply that by 5C3. So we have 5 consonants, and we're selecting 3 of them. So 3C2 times 5C3, you can work this out on your calculator, but you will get 3,600. Oh, missed an important step here. 3C2 times 5C3, that's you're selecting all the letters, and then you can arrange them 5 factorial ways. Okay, so these are selecting the letters, and then after you've selected them, this is the ways to arrange them. So that gives us 3,600 arrangements. 10 men, 7 men, 10 women. We need to select president, vice president, and treasurer. How many ways can exactly 2 men be on the committee? Okay, well, we need to select 2 of the 7 men. So 7C2. That means we need to select 1 woman. So this is select 2 men, and by default we have to select 1 woman. Okay, then we need to assign their roles. So there's 3 factorial ways to assign their roles, and that gives us 1260. All right, our last example here, solving for n in a combination problem. So this is where you need to use the formula. Okay, that's on your formula sheet. So during a PB hockey tryout, all the players met on the ice and shook hands. After how many players attended the tryouts if there were 300 handshakes? So this is a handshake problem, so it's going to be very similar to this one. Okay. We don't know what the n is, but what we can do is we know that you need to select 2, and that's going to equal 300. Okay. So the formula for combination says n factorial over n minus 2 factorial, and 2 factorial is going to equal 300. Okay. Well, let's simplify this a little bit. N factorial is going to be n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial over top of n minus 2 factorial and 2 factorial. Well, the n minus 2 factorial will simplify. This still remains equal to 300. So we're left with n times n minus 1 over 2 factorial, which is just 2, and that equals 300. Let's get rid of that 2, so multiply by 2. And then I'm going to bring this up here. And we get n minus 1 is equal to 600. And then we can actually expand and solve for this. So n squared minus n, that's distributing the n. And then bringing the 600 over. Oh, that is an aggressive 0. There we go. And factoring this gives us 2 solutions. N equals 25 or n equals negative 24. Well, can you have negative 24 people? No. So our solution here is that there were 25 players that attended.